Hi folks, thanks for dropping in today for some cool and very satisfying carpentry instruction. I hope you brought your tool belts and your thinking caps, because today we're going to be putting some sweet looking beadboard up on my porch here in that little triangular area, and it's going to incorporate curves and angles and all sorts of cool stuff.
Dude, this project seems most excellent, but way too complicated for me, bro.
Well, now, don't you worry your pretty little face, because we're going to break it all apart into simple steps so that something that seems complicated is now relatively easy.
Dude, if you like to laugh and learn with these DIY videos, make sure to hit the like button and become a subscriber. Totally, right?
So this is a porch I added to my house last year. I wish I'd started doing these videos sooner so that you guys could see some of the most excellent carpentry maneuvers that I used in order to pull off some of this work. But hey, it's not too late. I still have some cool stuff to do to the porch, like add a light fixture. I'm going to do a custom archway across the top, some stone columns. And today we're going to be adding some totally awesome beadboard right up in that area, made from something new and old called sinker pine. What the holy heck is sinker pine?
Sinker pine is made from old logs and beams that have been recovered from the bottoms of river basins and old bay harbors. The sinker pine that we're using today was milled into beadboard, which I have stained with some Australian timber oil to match the porch. Radical, right?
Australian timber oil, because if your dick is failing, you need a sealer, one that'll really soak in and penetrate your dick and bring it back to life. Alrighty then, let's take a quick look at the tools that we're going to need to make this project happen, and then we'll get right to work. Okay, we got to run through this real quick. We're going to need a pencil and a tape measure, as always, a couple of pencils probably. A simple angle finder will help you tremendously, and some scratch paper to make sure that you don't mess up your angles and waste too much material. You're going to need a chop saw, a table saw, and a jigsaw. I recommend buying the cheapest version you can of each if you're just a beginner, because you'd be surprised at how many years an $80 table saw will last you, and you'd be also surprised at how many cool things that you can make once you acquire yourself a small table saw. You're also going to need, obviously, your PPE, your safety equipment, some ear protection, some eye protection, a hard hat if you choose to wear one on this job, and last but not least, you're going to need a hammer and some finish nails, or as I prefer, I use an electric cordless brad nailer.
No way, dude. My name is Brad. That's so cool.
Okay, bad news, kitty. I got to get going. I'm not allowed to participate in today's episode because I just got a manicure for this episode I'm filming tonight, DIY on how to do your own mani-pedi. The good news is my cousin Angus is in town, and he's going to be taking you through these exercises, and you know what a great carpenter Angus is. As a matter of fact, I probably learned more about carpentry from Angus than I have from anybody else, so you guys are in great hands, all right? Take it away, Angus. I got to go brush up on my Vietnamese. Isn't that par for the course? Off to be gallivanting around, doing his wee sissy nails and what have you. Next thing you know, he'll be wearing a dress. What about me? Never mind the fact that I've got to be practicing for the caber toss this week. You know it's caber season. Listen, I've taught Tommy a lot of carpentry over the years, and if you pay attention and you're lucky, I'm going to teach you something today too. So, bring your tool kilt, let's hop up on the plank and get started. Alright, I'm hankering to put this beadboard in, but you know what? We've got to have something to nail it to just about everywhere. So we're going to have to scab in some 3/4 inch lumber down here in these depressions, so there, we've got something to nail to everywhere we've got beadboard. Alright, as you can see, I've got my scab pieces of lumber ready to go in. After I install them up here, they're going to become nailers for our beadboard. Let's go ahead and install them with my brad nailer.
My name is Brad.
Alright, as you can see, we've got all of our nailers installed, and we're almost ready to start putting in the beadboard. Except, we've got to take some time to lay this bastard out. The first board, obviously, is the most important board that you will put in, so it's wise to take your time. Alright, I've got everything laid out. It's actually going to be quite beautiful, but I'm going to show you a trick that I've used from time to time, not all the time, but very handy in this case, a piece of cardboard. Look at that. And I'm just going to show you how wonderful this is. We didn't even have to use the tape measure if we didn't want to. I'm just used to it because I'm a fucking carpenter. Here's what we do. Take this piece of cardboard, cut it at the right angle and put it up here and mark it. I could take it right down to the saw and cut it just like that. And then this piece will just keep getting shorter and I can keep using it over and over as a marking stick. What do you think about that? I think it's genius, is what I think it is. I think it's the innovation part of Highland Innovations. That's what it is. I think it's the innovation part of Highland Innovations. Don't you know? Alright, look at this. We've got our first two boards cut and ready to install. However, I'm not going to nail anything home until I'm completely got everything cut. Take your time. Use some patience. Take it one board at a time and you will end up with a beautiful project. Alright? I haven't got any more time to teach you anything. So use the principles that I've taught you, watch the time lapse, and I'll see you in just a second at the wrap up.
Maybe you can't tell a joke, but when your stuff gets broke, what do? You give Tommy a call, whether it's large or small. There's no project he can't see through. Let's laugh and learn from this handyman, with Kitty hold this by his side, fixing stuff in a serious way with a not so serious guy.
Alright, she's looking beautiful and we haven't even nailed her in. We'll do that in just a minute because we got to get going, Kitty. We're out of time. I'd love to teach more carpentry skills, but I've got to get back to Scotland and Tommy will be back next week with a new video. That's right, every week America's Funniest Handyman will be right back here with a new DIY video just for you. So become a subscriber, hit the like button and leave a comment. In the meantime, thanks for letting us bring a little bit of humour onto your job site.
Fixing stuff in a serious way with a not so serious guy.